All right, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Peak to Middle School. My name is Narwhal.
My name is Kyle. And John's wearing a tie right now. You want to tell them why you're wearing a tie?
So one of my challenges for my 30-day challenge was to finally, at the age of 21, learn how to tie a tie. It's pretty sad, honestly. And it's sad knowing that it literally took 5 minutes to learn. And I have put it off this many years.
Me too. I am in the same boat.
But, it's never too late to develop a new skill.
Yeah, and you do have like 10 ties.
Yeah, so I could start utilizing this. But see...
But like, when are you going to wear a tie?
Yeah, I have no reason
Weddings,
to.
funerals.
Yeah.
That's it.
Do people ever just wear ties for like a button-up shirt and a tie on a normal day?
No.
Stylish people don't do that.
Why would you wear a tie?
I don't like if you're trying to look fancy. If I wanted to look nice for a day, is that a thing you can do, or is that do you just look like a douche?
Clear your throat, please.
That was an extended period of time with it.
No. Why would you just wear a tie? It's so uncomfortable.
People
wear a button-up shirt, but like, why? What are you gonna do? Like, I guess what I'm saying is the point of wearing a tie is to look like business, whatever. Why is that even a thing? First of all,
why is that a standard?
Why is that like, oh, wrap this shit around your neck and let it dangle?
Wrap
in front
this
of you?
cloth in front of your
Yeah. Why is that?
And that
fancy?
doesn't change how you perform at your job.
It might.
No, it literally. How
It's like
would
a
this
collar.
change
It's like
anything?
it's wrapped around your neck. You're like, oh god, I must work.
Oh, that's it.
You
it's
look like
it's controlling them.
You look like a manager at like a McDonald's right now. This is what you look like. This is the hat, the hair, the tie, and the shirt.
Yeah.
You look like a
and
manager.
my shorts. I'm wearing basketball shorts. Literally not even wearing.
Yeah, you look like a manager at like a fast food restaurant.
It's like I tried to look nice for the first like 5 minutes of waking up, and then I just gave up.
Yeah,
I just threw.
Or you look like one of the guys that works at Brown Bear, because they have like a shirt and tie, but they just don't look like people that normally wear shirt and ties.
Yeah.
You look like that.
I hate that that's a standard. If
I agree.
you're good at your job, who gives a fuck what you wear?
I know.
And look good, feel good, play good.
Yeah.
If I don't feel good at all right now, so I'm not gonna feel good. Or no, I look good, but I don't feel good, so I'm not gonna play good.
You might feel better if you had like pants on though, because like I feel like I'm a different person when I have super nice clothes on. Clothes.
Yeah, if I had a true like suit
Then
and slacks,
I'm more upright and I'm more like, hello.
Yeah. But I feel like I have to be clean shaven too.
Yeah.
Like you can't wear an outfit like this and then have a big beard.
You can.
Yeah, but it doesn't seem to fit right.
Beards are in.
But like a lumberjack beard, I don't know if I've ever seen a guy working a business job with a big lumberjack beard. Do you think they have standards? Like you told me that the Yankees have a standard where you can't have facial hair or whatever.
Or like super long hair, yeah.
Yeah. Do you think businesses do that too? Like if I was corporate for Microsoft, like really high up, you think they'd tell me I cannot have a lumberjack beard?
I can't believe that they're allowed to do that. Even like with the Yankees, I can't believe that they're allowed to do that. I think it's because they're such an old, like historic franchise. They kind of just can do whatever with that. Yeah. But that's kind of crazy that they can force you to look a certain way or not look a certain way.
That has to be some impede on some sort of rights.
That feels like illegal somehow. But I guess I wouldn't complain if I'm going to get paid millions of dollars.
Yeah, and then again, you choose to sign with them. Like you're voluntarily reading through the contract and saying, yes, I want to do this.
And it's so worth it with the money you're going to get. So I guess whatever. But
do Yankees, people who sign with huge teams like the Yankees and the Red Sox, do you think do they make substantially more money than someone who signs with like the Marlins or something?
Well,
or does it just depend how good you are?
In baseball, there's no salary cap, so it depends on who the owner is and how much they want to pay their players. So typically teams that are like the bigger market teams, like the Yankees, the Dodgers, they're gonna have, and the Red Sox, they're gonna have more big contracts. Yeah. But like some of the biggest contract ever is Mike Trout right now, and that was with the Angels.
Which makes sense because it's LA.
Yeah, but they're not the team in LA. It's the Dodgers. It's like the big team in LA.
Yeah.
Like they're kind of the Mets of New York. Sort of.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, but some of the other bigger contracts are like from smaller markets, like San Diego gave out a big contract. I don't know. There's a lot of money in baseball.
But I guess Seattle has probably never given out like the biggest contract in baseball.
It was like a really big contract, at the time. I mean, yeah, it's more, I don't know. I guess there are typically more players, more like big name players want to play for the Yankees. But it all depends on the owner, sort of.
Yeah. All right. Well, anyways, we say this at the end, but I want to say it at the beginning. If you guys are on one of the audio streaming platforms and you usually just listen to the audio version and you want to check us out on YouTube to see a video version to go along with it, I highly recommend it. Yeah. I always watch the video versions. I think they're more fun, and I don't know. It adds a whole new dynamic to the show.
Mm-hmm. We can see our faces.
And last episode would have been perfect because I had just bleached my hair.
Mm-hmm.
This one I look like the Joker mixed with
McDonald's guy.
Yeah. So I don't know. It's fun. Check it out. I wanted to kind of give that little shout out at the beginning because I really do appreciate. We've been growing every single month, and I think some people maybe hear about us through people that listen on Spotify. Maybe don't even know that we have an audio or a video version. So
we do.
Anyways, last episode, we kind of dove in a little bit to things that we would do at your house when we were sleeping over back in the day, some of the memories, but I wanted to kind of save it and dive in way more in depth this episode.
Okay.
Kyle and I both, in our own time, came up with a bunch of the memories of different things we would do at sleepovers or just house games. We were big into house games.
Yep.
And so I just wanted to go through some of them and see if anybody listening can kind of relate, or if maybe we were just psychopaths and had our own games.
I think most people can. I mean, some of the games might be different, but I hope that most people did this when they were kids.
Yeah, everybody played house games, but I think some of the games we played were kind of like
what?
Well, I remember like
sleeping bag wars.
Yeah, and so I guess right off the bat,
that's the first thing I have.
Yeah, let's just talk about sleeping bag wars.
Good times.
Yeah. What do you remember from it?
I remember, like, when we would have sleepovers, we'd be, like, in my bonus room, and we'd all have sleeping bags, and we'd get in our sleeping bag and stand up. So, like, you don't have limbs. You're all just covered in your sleeping bag, and you just kind of jump around and just bash into each other and knock each other over.
And was it just, like, last man standing?
It was honestly just, like, a slugfest. Like, it was just a free-for-all.
Yeah. Like, a lot of our games, I don't think they had any rules, really.
It was just, like, beat up each other.
And I'm surprised we didn't get hurt. Like
we definitely did at some points. I remember hitting my, like, I had a futon and it had like wood handles or like armrests, and I remember just landing on the middle of my back on the corner of it.
Oh yeah.
Just like it felt like an exorcism. And you can't like brace yourself when you're falling down because you have your arms out.
Yeah, I think I definitely got a few slight concussions growing up.
Could be. And my neighbor would always be at these sleepovers, and he was 2 years older, and he would just beat the shit out of us. He would just throw shoulders and just toss little kids around.
Yeah, that's the same guy who in one of the very early episodes we talked about how I 5-starred him or something as a joke, and then he started chasing me.
Yeah.
And Kyle just heard from the backyard, or you were in the front of the house.
Mm-hmm.
I was in the backyard, and you just heard like a squeal.
Yep.
Yeah.
He was kind of like me. He just destroyed us when we were younger. Like he was kind of like a big brother, sort of.
Yeah, but he was the big brother where I don't even know if he liked hanging out with us. I think it was just like he didn't have anyone else to hang out with in the neighborhood.
He would just dominate us.
So he just resorted to just destroying us and everything. Yeah. So one thing I remember from your house, is you had this mini hoop, we would always try and do a bunch of different things, but we'd have like dunk contests on the mini hoop.
Play pig on the mini hoop. Dude, I used to challenge my mom to pig on the mini hoop, and she'd be like, "No, I don't want to do that." I'm like, Mom, why? Come on, you afraid?
Yeah, I always tried to get my parents to play video games with me, and they were just not into it. But then again, I don't even know why I wanted to play with them, because it's no fun playing video games with someone who doesn't know how the game works.
Yeah,
like even though you destroy them, it doesn't feel good destroying someone in COD. In like a 1v1 if they don't know how to play.
Exactly. If they're just like running around like this.
Yeah. But yeah, we'd always try and do dunk contests, but it's in this tiny little hallway.
Mm-hmm.
And so there was only like 3 dunks that you could possibly do.
Yeah, it was just like alley-oops off the walls.
You could throw it off the wall. You could do like a running through the legs dunk.
Yeah.
Or like a sort of do a windmill.
And then we reached a point where we could all just dunk standing up on that hoop. So it just wasn't fun anymore.
Yeah.
And I almost broke my elbow dunking on that hoop.
Oh, yeah.
That was the last time I think I dunked on that hoop. I went for a windmill before bed and just bashed my elbow on a door hinge.
Then you were in a sling.
I was in a sling for a few days.
Yeah.
Oh, good times.
And then...
And that was in 8th grade, too. This is how long I was dunking on this hoop.
And then... So that was kind of one of those shitty plastic mini hoops.
Yeah, like a Nerf hoop.
But at my house, at some point, I got a mini hoop, but it was kind of like, it had like a metal rim, and it was still a mini hoop. Oh, it's the one that's on the wall in here. So if you guys have seen our studio tour. And
our dunk video.
Yeah, our dunk video. That was for when we hit 100 subscribers.
Wow,
on the
throwback.
podcast. Yeah, we're already at 250. Pretty exciting. But it was fun at the beginning, but it got really annoying because anytime I'd have friends over, like that's all anybody would do. And I vividly remember being like, guys, can we please, for the love of God, do something other than mini hoop? And you guys just wouldn't stop.
Yeah.
And if my parents were gone and we'd have a sleepover, it'd be like 3 in the fucking morning. I'd be trying to sleep. And
You
Kyle's
just hear the backboard.
Dude, I just hear boom, boom, boom. I'm like, shut the fuck up.
I'm just trying to get better. I'm just trying to grind.
Were you at the sleepover one time when Jordan and Willig played Castle Crashers? Or Harry and Willig played, do you remember Castle Crashers?
No.
Okay, so it was the game on the Xbox 360. Like, you just bought it on the Microsoft Store. You didn't it wasn't like a disc or anything. You just downloaded it. And it was like a really popular game for a couple years, but it was kind of just like, it was kind of like a mini game. Did you ever play Doritos Crash Course?
Yeah.
It was kind of like a game like that.
Okay.
That type of game, but it was totally different story-wise. But it was really fun. And Harry was addicted to it for a couple years, and Willig got addicted to it. And so when we started it one night, they wouldn't stop until they beat the whole game. And so I went to bed at like 2. They literally stayed up until like 6 in the morning. Oh. And I remember I was so annoyed that I kept texting them to shut the fuck up. And I thought they were just ignoring me. And so at 6 in the morning, I went out and I went out of my room and I went downstairs and just started screaming at them because I was so angry.
And it turns angry John.
It turns out their phones had been dead since like midnight. And so they weren't ignoring me. They just weren't getting any of my texts. But Castle Crashers was a big phase for a while.
I don't know if you ever did it playing dodgeball in my hallway with Beanie Babies. Did you ever do that with us?
Oh, yeah, dude. How do you remember that?
Because I dented our wall. I was trying to dodge one, and I moved left with my knee and just kneed the shit out of my wall. And there was a big hole in my wall.
Oh, you made a hole?
It was just a huge dent. It was like the size of like a baseball from my knee. Yeah.
I remember Harry punched a hole through his wall in his dad's house, and he ended up just we were playing Halo Reach, and he got so mad. Like, I was here with him in an Xbox Live party, and she was like, what the fuck? And then she was like, and then he goes, oh, fuck. And he punched a hole through his wall.
I've never gotten that angry. Although, a couple days ago, so at my house right now, something happened with some water pipe, and we can't do laundry in our house. So
it's been how long?
I haven't done laundry in like a week and a half. So I'm running out of clothes. Most of the shorts that I have, I can't use because I have worked out in them, so they smell bad. So I have like 1 or 2 pairs of shorts. I could, but then I'm that guy. It smells bad. I'm running out of shirts too. I'm on my last few pairs of boxers. I'm running out of fumes. Anyways, my mom and I, so we had these guys that are in our laundry room. And so when people are in our house, like that are strangers, our cats hide. Okay. And one of our cats usually hides behind the dryer.
Oh, but they can't hide there anymore.
And so she couldn't hide there because there were people working in there. And so we were worried that she was in there because we couldn't find her after they were leaving. Yeah. So my mom and I pull the dryer out. Of course, she's not there. And then we find her like a minute later under her bed. And then we're trying to get the dryer back in, and
you break another pipe.
No. So we get the dryer out. Something accidentally unplugs from the dryer, and I can't. It's out too far. The way that my laundry room's set up,
it's a tight space.
It's a very tight space, and I would have to pull. So we had to pull the washer out, and I had to slide behind our dryer and everything. It was disgusting, and I had to plug it back in. Then we had to push the washing machine or the dryer back in, and it just kept getting stuck. And I was so frustrated, and it was hot in there. And I just was so close to just punching a hole through my door. There's just a glass door, and I was like...
You got that? Oh, through a glass door.
Yeah, and I touched the door to feel what kind of glass it is, and I was like, this would really hurt my hand.
And I was... to be like, could I punch through this?
Yeah, my mom and I were just struggling in there, and I was so pissed. Eventually, we had to lube up the floor with soap and slide the dryer in because I kept getting stuck on this old-ass floor.
But you got it.
We got it. It took probably 30 minutes.
Damn.
It was so annoying.
I've never seen Kyle get that angry.
Yeah. I think the other time I've gotten that angry before, but my mom and I, every time we're in the laundry room together working on something bad happens. So my laundry room is just this tiny little room in the back of my house, and I have an old house, and the doors are old, so some of the doors don't really work. Okay. This is when we first moved in. We closed the door because that's also where our attic door is, and our
Yeah.
cats try to get up to the attic, so we close the door so the cats can't get in there. And the door, it doesn't open. We close the door. We're locked in this confined space, probably like the size of this table, basically, is the space.
Yeah, it's like
It's not big.
a couple feet by a couple feet.
Yeah. And my mom and I are stuck in this room. It's hot outside. And I eventually, like, we couldn't open the door because the door just didn't work. So we're stuck in here. So I had to
You
use
couldn't
like a,
open either door on either end?
well, the front door was locked.
Oh, no.
So eventually, luckily, we had like a credit card. So I was able to like pick the door open. But we were just stuck in this room. I was about to like try to shoulder through the door.
Dude, you guys could have like died in there.
I mean,
like a dog stuck in a hot car.
we could have gotten outside.
Oh, okay.
But it's just like we wouldn't have been able to get back inside because the front door was locked. Anyways.
Damn. Going back to, you were talking about how you haven't had been able to wash your clothes for a while, and you're on your last
I'm running
few
on
pairs.
fumes. Yeah.
Do you have those couple pairs of boxers or like underwear or socks
It's
that
like last resort.
it's like you keep them because they sort of fit, but they just suck?
Yeah, that's what's next up.
Like, what are they? Are they just briefs that are a little too small?
No, mine are just boxers, like old boxers.
Okay. Do you prefer briefs?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm on my last pair of briefs right now.
So then you have a couple boxers that just
I've-
like suck.
Like 3 pairs of boxers. One of them, it's like ones with patterns on them, like ones with dinosaurs or like monkeys or something. And then like a couple plaid pairs. But other than that, I'm out.
Yeah. I have a really gross confession. I don't know if I've told it before. I don't think I've ever told it. I was your face looks disgusted.
Well, if we're talking about like boxers.
Yeah, it's gross.
Ew, what?
So listen, I was young. I was probably in.
We all have like a very poor hygiene phase.
Yes.
I had a poor hygiene phase
Yes.
for sure. I used to hate showering.
I didn't mind showering. You can tell one of
Okay.
your poor hygiene
Okay.
stories after, but
I got him. Yep.
so I like to think I was in 3rd grade, but I was probably in 5th or 6th grade. So we're gonna say 4th grade to
Okay.
be in the middle. So I hated doing laundry. Like, even though at that age my mom would do my laundry for me. So all she would make me do is like pick up the dirty clothes, put them in the bin, and bring it downstairs.
Mm-hmm.
But I never wanted to bother like bringing it downstairs. So I had this just overflowing laundry bin, and I got to a point where I literally had no boxers left. And so I wore the same pair of boxers for legitimately 2 weeks.
Oh my god.
And I would do PE. I would like play basketball after school.
You had to have smelled so
they
funky.
were disgusting.
Do you have like streaks in them?
I don't remember. I just remember there got to a point where they were like, it was summer or something. So I had been sweating outside. They were drenched. Like every part of them was soaked by sweat. And just like,
That's gross.
maybe I was swimming. I think I might have been swimming with them. And I
At
got
least
to a
that
point
kind of
where,
cleans them off.
like, I never have had a good sense of smell. But remember, I told how at the gym one time I could smell my own BO.
Mm-hmm.
I started to smell my own boxers really bad, and that was when I knew I needed
That's-
to wash them.
Why are you so against doing laundry?
I didn't know. I was just like, why should I spend the time to bring this downstairs when I can just
15
save
seconds.
that time? Yeah. I have I have such a gross one that I don't think I want to tell on the podcast. Can you tell one first, then I can judge
Okay.
if I want to tell
Okay.
mine?
I mean, I had a point where I hated showering. I don't know why I hated it. When I was in like 5th grade, that's just when everyone's gross. Like 5th to like 8th grade, everyone's gross and crusty.
Yeah.
And there was probably a point in the summer where I didn't shower for like a week and a half. I would just wake up and like watch TV all day,
Dude.
and like I wouldn't do anything. Like sometimes I'd hang out with friends.
But you definitely played some sports or would get sweaty.
Oh yeah, no, I got sweaty for sure. Like I would play with friends, and then eventually my sister called me out. She's like, "Dude, you haven't showered in like a week and a half," and I'm like, "So?" What? I got all defensive, and then she's like, "Get in the shower," and then she told my mom on me.
Oh.
So maybe I smelled bad, and she was
Snitch.
she snitched on me. And my mom's like, "Get in the shower," and I was like, "Okay."
But I have one that's substantially more gross than that.
Please share.
You will never look at me the same.
That's
I don't know. Like, I don't know if I want to tell the internet this.
What?
It's pretty
I
good.
can't even guess what it is. It has to do with boxers.
Okay, listen. It was before the boxers thing. I had
Skid
to have been in
marks.
2nd or like
You pooped your
3rd grade.
pants.
3rd grade at the latest.
Okay. Is poop
Um,
involved?
No.
Hmm.
Pee is involved.
Oh. You peed your pants at school.
I had this weird phase where this is so gross. Listen, if you're eating, stop eating, okay? I would pee in the toilet and I just didn't like to flush. And so, like, if I pooped, I would flush it, I swear. But if I peed, I would try, like, if I had to poop, I would go downstairs. But then the pee that was like, so my bathroom for like, this had to have been like 2 weeks. I would just pee in it and see like how much pee I could get in the bowl. And I just like wouldn't flush it. And eventually my mom came in my bathroom and was like it smelled bad. Like it smelled really bad. And my mom was like, John, what the hell are you doing? And because I was trying to like fill the bowl.
It was like a little game you're playing with yourself.
Yeah, it was like, can I just fill this? And dude, back then, I was just always dehydrated. So
it smelled really bad.
It's like yellow pee, and it just smelled horrible. And so I like even back then, I knew like I'm gonna get in a lot of trouble if my mom walks in here. And I lasted like 2 weeks. I didn't fill up the bowl.
Well.
And it like stained, like after I finally flushed
it,
it like stained the bowl.
Yeah. So. I've definitely not flushed my pee before. Like at night, I used to do it because if I didn't want my mom to know that I was like still awake or something. Yeah.
But I did it for flush. 2 weeks.
Can't say I've done that. That's disgusting.
Yeah.
But I never had my own bathroom, so
that's true. Yeah, I was really fortunate to like.
Be able to pee in your own toilet.
Be able to just have my own bathroom. Yeah.
So you literally went on your way to poop downstairs so you could continue to fill the bowl.
Yes. It was like a competition. Like, can I fill this whole bowl with pee? Wow. Now, what would I do when I filled it with pee? I don't know.
Flush it. Or just keep going and see how long you can go for.
Just flood my bathroom with urine.
Yeah. I had this weird phase where I would plug a sink and then I would just fill it up with water. Okay. And then like just kind of stick my hands in it.
1 sec. I'm getting another call from my mom. This must be important.
Okay. So I had this phase where I would just plug a sink and I would fill it up with water and like I would just sometimes I would just I don't know why I did it.
Would you like float little boats in it? Like
I used to do that.
I
used to do that, but this one specific time I remember I finished my swimming lesson and my grandma was over and I was gonna take a shower in my mom's bathroom for some reason. And I just plugged that sink before I got in the shower and just turned the sink on. And I guess in my mind, I was like, oh, I'll just play in it. I don't know. I did it for some reason. And then I guess I forgot about it. Okay. And I just start in the shower.
Oh, did you flood her bathroom?
And I look out and I see it's just all over the floor. There's water.
That's such like an elementary school thing to do.
Yeah, I know, like I'm naked in the shower. Like, what am I supposed to do? So I run in and turn it off. And I told my grandma. And then, like, my poor grandma I was young, so I couldn't, like, clean it up myself. So
you could have. It wouldn't have been a very good job.
It wouldn't have been good. So my poor grandma gets that. You've ever seen that little machine where you can run it over, like, carpet and it sucks up liquid?
Oh, yeah.
My grandma just goes to town on this carpet.
Oh, the bathroom floor? It's not like...
It was carpet, yeah.
The whole bathroom was carpet?
Yeah.
Oh, that's even worse.
Yeah. I don't know why I did it. I don't know what I expected. I kind of just did it and got it in the shower.
Like you did it thinking, oh, this will be fun. And then you probably quickly realized, like, what am I going to do? And then you forgot about it and then got in the shower.
Yeah, I don't know. I just used to plug sinks and, like, let it fill up.
Why was showering in your parents' shower? It was like a special occasion, kind of.
Yeah, it was bigger than my shower.
Yeah, I remember a couple times showering in my parents' shower. And my mom had this, I don't know what they call it, whatever.
Loofah.
Like shaving lotion. Or like...
You'd shave yourself in your mom's shower?
No, like whatever girls put on their legs. Shaving cream.
Sure.
Because for whatever reason, it would start as a gel. And then when you rub your hand in it, it like turns into a cream. And I thought that was the coolest thing ever. And I would cover my entire body. I at that point, I wasn't even shaving, obviously. And I would just put it on my whole body. And I was like this white, like snow, like this monster. And I thought it was so cool.
Wow.
Yeah.
When you were younger, did you ever like write stuff on? So did your parents have like a clear shower door?
Yeah.
Like so it would get fogged up. Did you ever like write on it?
Yeah. I mean, I'd like
write my name.
Yeah.
And then I would write it backwards so I could look through the mirror and see my name.
Yeah.
Sick.
Well, anyways, back to different house games.
Okay.
I feel like we have to talk about the famous game at Shim's house. We talked about it maybe on like episode 1. way
Just
back
beat
in the
each other
day.
up.
But yeah, so at Shim's house, we would go in his bonus room.
It didn't even have a name.
No, it was just like we do it all the time though.
Yeah.
And it was like a once a year thing, I feel like.
It was like every time Jordan like had a big sleepover party.
Yeah, like usually on his birthday party.
Yeah.
And there would be 6 guys, maybe.
Yeah. Maybe a little
And
bit.
5 or 6. So, I mean, we'd turn the lights off. Then one person would go in the closet in the room that had like board games and just like stuff in there. And we'd close the closet. Then everyone else would get like, I don't know, a minute.
They would all hide in the room. The lights would be off. They'd be armed with cushions, pillows,
Tennis balls,
yoga
balls,
like Nerf
action
guns.
figures.
Literally anything you could think of that you can throw at someone and hurt them with.
And you'd take all the pillows off the couches and you'd make like, the goal was to fuck up the person in this closet.
Yeah, basically, if you're in the closet and you come out,
you're just getting
you get
annihilated. And it was like, we would do this at like midnight and we closed the blinds. So it was, from my what I remember about it is it just being pitch black. Like I couldn't even see right in front of me.
Yeah.
You would just have to use your sound skills to just annihilate him. And we would put like Legos and shit right when you step out so that like,
Yeah, you put like barricades and make them trip.
yeah.
And then once one person throws a ball, it's just everyone attacking this one person.
Yeah, we start yelling and then, oh, dude, I want to play the game again, but I know that if we went back and played it, it wouldn't be very fun.
We're also all too big now.
Yeah.
That someone would get hurt, a hole would be made in the wall.
Yeah.
Good times.
But what was the goal? Was the person to try and tag everyone?
I think maybe you try to like grab a person or something. I don't remember.
Yeah.
I kind of just remember getting beat up by people.
Yeah.
Most of our games ended up just hurting each other in a dark room.
Yeah.
You remember like just playing with baking soda and vinegar in like bottles and just throwing them?
Oh.
And they would just explode.
Yeah, I was thinking of Mentos, but
like Mentos and Cokes, kind of
but
the same thing.
baking soda and vinegar, the bottle would actually explode, wouldn't it?
Well, if you threw it, yeah. It
Yeah. Oh my god, I
We're
forgot
so easily
about that.
entertained. Like you just like fill up this bottle of shit and then throw it.
But that was actually cool. Like I'd still do that nowadays. Just
Yeah.
like it,
Did you ever make concoctions of everything in your kitchen in like a bowl? Because
Oh.
I would literally go through my kitchen and
Dude.
put everything in this bowl and it'd look like just throw up. And one time I put
Ew.
baking soda and vinegar in it and I was holding it over this little carpet. And of course they reacted with each other, so all of it starts foaming out, all this brown shit,
What?
and it gets all over this like little carpet in my kitchen. And I didn't know how to clean it up, so I flipped it over. My mom never knew.
Oh, I thought you mean you flipped over the whole bowl of shit and you just
No,
flipped it over and dumped it out.
No, but like a significant amount got on this carpet, so I just flipped that shit over, and my mom never knew.
She knows now.
Doesn't care.
Wait, but what would you do with all the shit? You
I
just waste
made
it?
it, and then I just poured it down the sink.
Dude. Oh my god.
Yeah. I would just call it concoction.
Was
Like,
that a
Mom, I'm
game?
gonna go make a concoction.
You
She'd
tell
be
her
like, all
that.
right.
How big of how much food are we talking?
Like I'd get my biggest mixing bowl possible. I'd crack an egg. I'd put some like pepper in there. Literally, I would go through my whole cupboard, like oil, vinegar, baking soda, Cheez-Its, like mostly liquids and powders. I would go get laundry detergent. I'd pour it in.
Dude.
Like, I never ate it.
You
I
could
just
kill your cats
mustard.
with that.
Kill my cats.
Yeah, like if your cat's accidentally like hopped up on the counter.
Well, I'm not like leaving it out. I'm like holding this bowl.
Maybe you had to go to the bathroom. Your cat hops up, drinks some bleach.
Well, my cat at the time lived to be 21, so I don't think that's what killed her.
21?
She was like 20 or 21.
Holy
She's
shit.
old as fuck. You never did that?
No, not once.
We should try it.
Oh, but I did. I never knew this. I found out last night. We kind of had a little family reunion dinner thing. And my cousin was asking my sister, like, do you remember when John would do his scratch dance? And I was like, what does that mean? And apparently, so we talked about how my sister would used to dress me up in like dresses and stuff, or just weird ass. Like one time I did a karate outfit, and apparently me and my other little cousin, who was my age, him and I both, we would get dressed up, and then we would do this dance where we'd jump around, then we'd hop on the floor, and we'd start scratching the carpet like cats, and then we'd hop back up and do it again, and we would just repeat it over and over. And it was called my scratch dance. apparently I do it all the time.
Wow.
So
Can you show me this dance?
I feel like
You gotta. You can
not
show
right
me.
now.
You can show me off.
I'll show you in private. Yeah.
It's more
It's
of a-
kind of like you should have to pay to see it.
more intimate.
Yeah, it's kind of
Okay.
like I could make a show out of it.
Okay, that makes sense.
Cool. Now, before we move on to the segments, I want to talk about some of the forts that I remember making. I feel like I remember doing forts at my house.
Yeah.
I don't remember them as much at your house.
No.
So, I don't know why, but something about forts was so fun. But it was only fun if you started making the fort when it was already really late. Like, it was never fun to make a fort and sleep in a fort if there was light outside. Like, the magicness of a fort was ruined once the sun came up, you know?
I get what you're saying. Night fort.
It was really fun to sleep in the fort, but then once the morning came, it was like, why the fuck is this stupid thing here? And you just would rip it all down, you know?
Yeah.
Um,
It's like not fun for more than a night.
yeah.
You're not gonna like keep a fort around for another day.
Well, no, I would try, but my parents would make me take it down.
Oh.
Yeah. And I feel like forts were one of those things where it would sound really fun, and we would make a fort. We would get a ton of blankets, ton of duct tape. I remember it was just taking a bunch of blankets and duct taping them to different size chairs that we had in my house, so that like we could get like an angled roof and a little canopy and a balcony area.
and you just lay in there.
Yeah, but then I remember a lot of times it was kind of like we would make it and then we'd be like, wait, but we want to play Xbox. So then we wouldn't even use the fort until we went to bed because we were like,
Yeah.
we can't see the TV from here.
Yeah. One time I remember I talked about making all those building up all those cushions and like jumping through them in my hallway.
Wait, what?
Like we used to take all of our pillows and our cushions and stack them up in my hallway. I talked about it in that last episode.
Oh, I forgot about that until
Yeah.
now, though. But it was just like you would just plow through them for fun.
First we would just like see how high we can hurdle over them for, and then eventually we'd start just plowing through them and like burying each other and like creating thrones. And I remember creating this throne that I just wanted to sleep on, and it was just like some cushions stacked up, and I just tried to sleep on it one night, and I made it like 2 hours, and I was like, fuck this, I'm just gonna go sleep in my bed.
Yeah,
It's so
dude,
uncomfortable.
That's the
Like when you're not tired, it feels so comfortable, but then when you're trying to sleep, it's so uncomfortable.
That's the best way to put it. I could never think of how to describe it, but that's the same with forts, though.
Yeah.
They're fun, and then you go to sleep, but you'll wake up at like 4 in the
And
morning.
your back hurts,
you just walk to your bed or something. Why was it something about being like buried under a bunch of stuff? As long as you could breathe, it was like very very like calming.
yeah.
If, for example, I remember with all those cushions, sometimes you'd get like buried, or you'd bury someone at the bottom of all the
we'd
cushions,
like jump on each other.
and it would like feel cool as long as you could breathe, because you're like just forced down by all these different cushions.
I hate it. We used to take turns like burying each other alive, and I would always suffocate and start freaking out.
Well, yeah, if you're suffocating, it's no fun.
Exactly. I would just start hyperventilating. Be like, okay, let me out. I have other games we played, like X's and O's. Remember X's and O's?
No, what's that?
It's where you have a crumbled pieces of paper in a bowl, and there's one X and a bunch of O's. Everyone draws one. You look at it. If you have the X, you're it. If you have an O, you're not it.
Okay.
Put it down, and then we all say go, and then whoever's the X, at any point they can start tagging people.
Oh, so nobody knows who to trust.
Yeah, exactly. So that's where like trust got broken. You'd like go over to someone and be like, yo, are you an X? Be like, no, I'm an O. Like, all right, chill. Let's stick together. And it turns out they're an X, and they just get you the first time. You're
Then
like,
are you
fuck.
also an X?
Then
Do you
it's
become
no,
an X?
and then it's freeze tag.
Oh,
Yeah.
dude.
And then so you could like unfreeze people. And it was really rare that you could actually get everybody. We'd play it inside my house.
Yeah.
And I remember the worst thing was I would be on one side of my island in the kitchen, and the other person would be on the other side. I just couldn't get them. They would just run in circles. It was so annoying. My sister always did that.
All right, moving on. One thing I wanted to just talk a little bit about before we get into the segments. So, going around on Twitter, I've seen in the last couple weeks or so how like there's the fire in the Amazon right now.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody, which I didn't know about till recently through Twitter.
Yeah, same.
And everybody's freaking out and just mad that the media is not reporting on this or whatever. And they're like, oh, nobody knows. Well, now everybody knows through social media that there's a fire in the Amazon, and it's like one of the most important, or like the most important habitat on the planet, all this stuff.
How did it start? Do you know?
I'm not sure. I haven't researched it enough, but I guess everybody's mad like, oh, we're not talking about this enough. But what I don't understand is like, all right, now we're talking about it. I know, but it's like, what the fuck am I going to do?
Yeah, but
I don't get why people are so mad. It's like, oh, nobody's talking about it. It's like, all right, well, even if we talk about it, what the fuck am I going to do about it?
I think it's more raising awareness that like this is what we're doing to our planet.
Yeah, but I think everybody like knows that.
No, people don't know that. There's a lot of dumb people that don't know what's happening.
No, and I mean, I agree. Like, I think it's good that we're talking about it. I just don't get when people are getting so mad. Like, okay, we're talking about it. So now there's awareness about, like, we're fucking up our planet. But still, with this particular thing, there's literally nothing I can do to stop the fire in the Amazon. Like, I can donate some money.
You could go fight it.
Yeah, but it's like, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying we shouldn't be talking about it. We should. It's just I don't like the people that get so mad at strangers on social media for not like talking about something when it's like, okay, we're talking about it, but that still doesn't change the fact that there's a fire going on in the Amazon. Like, it's still going to be going on whether I know it's happening or not.
Yeah, I guess. I think it, yeah. I think it's just weird that it wasn't reported on.
I mean, yeah, it is weird.
So that's why people were mad, is because people, like, it's a big thing that's happening, so why aren't we talking about it? I get that, like, we're talking about it now, so now what? But the fact that I didn't even know about it until, like, yesterday.
Really? Yeah. Yeah, I didn't know until, like, 3 or 4 days ago. But like, apparently it's been happening for a long time.
Should it be considered my fault that I didn't know?
I mean...
Because, like, I'm not going out of my way to see, oh, is there a fire happening in the Amazon?
Yeah.
And, like, Googling it.
I mean, I think if you were someone who on a regular basis checks the news apps and stuff.
I'm not.
I mean, maybe, I don't know. I don't check the news apps. But maybe if you did, you would have heard something about it.
I guess.
But maybe it wasn't on, like, any news outlets, and that's why people are mad. I don't know. But no, I don't think it's your fault for not knowing.
Because there's some people that are like, how do you not know? What, you idiot? Like, you gotta, like, know these things. It's like, am I supposed to go out of my way to look at what's happening?
I mean, I don't think it can ever hurt to look up what's happening in the world.
Yeah.
But then again, I also don't think it's like, if you don't look up what's happening in the world, it's not your fault.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah.
I don't know. And usually I feel like
there's a lot of angry people.
If I'm ever going to look up what's happening in the world, it's never anything good. It's always just like it just makes you fucking depressed.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why, like, I don't know. I personally don't like watching the news. Mm-hmm. There's like 90% of news related anything I don't like.
Murders.
Because it's murders, politics that I don't want to get involved in, or just shit that makes me angry and depressed. So it's like,
I think I'll just say this as a rule. I think all politicians are corrupt. Every single one of them.
I mean, I don't know enough about
90% of them. Everyone's sketchy.
I feel like it's just like who can lie better, or who can
exactly.
Just like
it's like who can deceive better. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's stupid. It's just like, I think politics is.
That's why we need The Rock, Dwayne The Rock Johnson, be president.
What?
The world would be better.
I don't know if it would be. He's like too powerful of a person.
I know. There's just a bunch of jokes about like no one dislikes him. So if he was president, it's like, you know.
What about Oprah?
I mean,
Josh Peck might hit her with his car, but
did Josh Peck hit Oprah?
Yeah, in Drake and Josh.
Oh, I thought you meant in real life. No. He like actually hit her. You
think it would hurt? Like, how bad does it hurt to get hit by a car?
Yeah, I've kind of felt like
it can't be that bad.
I've thought about that. If a car was coming 35 at me,
and if I got like a little jump into it,
yeah, like if I'm unsuspecting, that would like destroy you.
Yeah, I can see how you get knocked out. But if you protect your head and get a little roll off the top of the car, it can't be that.
Yeah,
it can't be that bad.
Like if a car's coming behind you and it's close, and I go, God, watch out, and you have time to turn around and process what's happening,
a little like roll.
I think like you would get a couple bruises, but I think you could like maybe not die.
Yeah, but I guess like, if it just like is impact to my hip, like that could really be.
And I think, have you seen the video of the person trying to jump over a Lamborghini? And he jumps and his feet get taken out and he just flips.
Yeah,
I think that's what would happen.
But that's not that bad. I mean, it's bad. Maybe he broke his ankle.
I don't know. Dude, that looked pretty bad.
I've seen a couple of videos like that.
Yeah.
I've always kind of wanted to get hit by a car just to feel
I
something.
mean, I don't necessarily want to get hit by a car, but I guess
That's like a bucket list thing. It's like getting shot.
Let me put it this way. If I could get hit by a car without and know for a fact that I would have no serious lifelong injuries as a result, I would do it. Like nothing that would change the course of my entire life.
Like, what do you think would hurt more? Getting hit with a car going 20 miles an hour or getting just trucked by like
an NFL linebacker?
Yeah. Oh, no, or just like Marshawn Lynch, like in his prime, if he just trucked you.
Well, how fast does Marshawn Lynch run?
Pretty fast. Probably around 20.
I mean, I don't know. I'd probably rather get trucked by Marshawn Lynch just because statistically more people have survived getting trucked by him than getting hit by cars.
People that get trucked by him. No, but the car's only going 20. Like, if you die by getting a car going 20 miles an hour, you're kind of a pussy.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know
how fast that is.
I don't know.
Because 20 when you're in the car feels not bad.
Yeah. Speaking of, dude, the other week I was talking to my dad about Usain Bolt and his world record and stuff, and we were just curious about how fast humans can run.
It's like
and
25, right?
Well, so there's a difference. There's like the fastest recorded speed that a human has ran, which is like, I guess, probably Usain Bolt. But then there's what scientists think humans can get up to, the maximum speed that we could get to through like evolution and just training and science and shit.
Okay.
And let me see. How fast can humans run? Usain Bolt, who has clocked nearly 28 miles per hour in the 100-meter sprint.
100 miles an hour?
No, 28.
Wow, I don't know why I heard 100.
Okay, so he ran 28 miles per hour in his 100-meter sprint because I said 100-meter.
I think yeah.
But there's new studies that say that they believe humans can run 40 miles per hour.
But that's...
I mean, it's just probably based on the progression over time. So from like,
I guess,
the beginning of records to now.
I think we're not going to be around by that time that's possible. There's going to be no humans, in my opinion.
I mean, I don't know. I guess it depends if anything changes. But like, let's say the planet survives. I do think like I think it's inevitable that people get stronger, faster,
the people that
bigger.
survive this planet being destroyed are going to be in the best shape. So
yeah.
It's like Usain Bolt's family.
Actually, no, or it's like a famine and they have no food, so then they then they're weaker. You know.
But like weak people that are already weak, they don't have food, then they're out. But strong people who don't have food become weak. You get what I'm saying? So it's originally the strong people.
I have no clue what you're saying. Let's just move on.
No. This makes sense. Dude. This makes sense. No, okay, you said, but they're gonna be weak people. You think the weak people are gonna survive?
I'm saying if the planet fucking starts to die, we'll run out of resources.
Right.
So then how will someone get faster, stronger, bigger if there's less and less and less food?
Here's what I'm saying. The weak people who are already weak are not going to survive with no food. Like, they're weak enough. They're going to be gone.
Okay, they'll die.
The very in good shape people, they're already very strong.
Okay.
So they're just going to be weakened by the little amount of food.
Okay.
So they are now weak.
Yes.
But they still have the genes of strength. So when
they can make it through.
So if we can make it through, people are going to be superhumans. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
I think I'm on to something.
I feel like a strong person, though, they're not going to last that much longer than a weak person. Like, their body can probably eat its own muscle mass and flesh longer than a skinny person because they have more muscle for their body to eat when there's no food.
But you think, like, Michael Phelps is going to die first? Like, are you kidding me?
Not first, but, like, I don't think he'll last that much longer than you and me.
Okay, but he'll still last longer. Maybe that's, like, the threshold of, like...
maybe,
if
like,
you can
if we could have
outlast
lasted one more day.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
It's a good theory.
It is a good theory.
All right.
Geez.
Well, anyways, let's hop into
the
segments. All right. So should we start with creative writing?
Sure. I don't have one.
Okay. I'll do one first, so we just kind of get it out of the way. all I remember about this dream is that somehow it was apparent to me from the get-go that the girl that I met in this dream was like the love of my life. Like this girl in the
You've
dream.
been having a lot of girls in your dreams lately.
Dude, I know.
I think you're lonely.
I think so. This girl, but I just remember like she wasn't a regular person. She was literally she was perfect of everything I would ever want. That's what she had. Like there was nothing that was not perfect about her.
Okay.
Okay? So like
So it's
everything
perfect.
was perfect. Like that I would personally want in a girl. Okay, so my friend I just met was wakeboarding behind a jet ski, and we just went jet skiing. So it was probably
Wait, who's the friend?
I don't know. So I just met this guy,
Okay.
and so he was
wakeboarding
behind a jet ski during an apocalypse / ice age.
Okay. Frigid temperatures. Maybe he's really one of the strong people.
Yeah. So he was in like a wetsuit, and
Good thing, because it would have been cold.
I remember that like I knew that if he fell into this water, he was dead because he would freeze.
Hopefully he's a good
So
wakeboarder.
he was a good wakeboarder. But I remember he was just doing these crazy ass tricks. Like
Wii Sports shit. Like Wii Sports was
no, like even crazier, where there was like no laws of gravity. So he would go over the wake and just go like 100, like 200 feet in the air, do like 100, like 30 backflips. It was like really long, and a very powerful jet ski.
Wow.
And I was following behind him in a boat or something, just watching him. So I say, if he fell in the water, he could die within minutes from hypothermia because it was so cold. So then all of a sudden, he tried to jump all over the wake, but then there was a bridge between two islands. Okay? So there's two islands,
So
and there's
bad
a
timing.
bridge, and he jumps, and the jet ski goes under the bridge, right?
Mm-hmm.
But his thing, he's so high in the air,
He goes over.
he goes over the bridge, and then the rope gets like caught on the bridge.
Dilemma.
So that he goes flying, like he has to let go.
Okay.
He goes flying down into the water, and for some reason, there were tons of people floating on the lake that day, but nobody would help him.
During the Ice Age?
Like I think it was kind of like Seafair or something, where it
During
was
the Ice Age?
yeah.
Okay.
And so there was hundreds of people in boats, but
They're all drunk.
nobody would help him. They were just watching him drown.
Wow.
And so finally, some girl who went to the University of Washington, so maybe my dream girl is at UW. That's all I'm saying. She was on a paddleboard, and she came over to help him, which if you're on a paddleboard, your hands are going to be in the water, something's going to be getting wet.
What do you mean? She could have just been standing.
No, I know, but it's inevitable to not get a little wet when you're on a paddleboard.
Yeah.
So she would freeze too. So she came over and helped him. She got him up on the paddleboard before he got hypothermia. Then we got to shore. She gave us a ride home, and I asked for her number.
Oh.
Now,
Bold move.
she said if I
No.
Now this is where I think I got shafted and finessed.
Oh.
So I asked for her number and her name. She said her name was Hannah. So
Hannah.
Hannah for UW.
Okay.
But she said that if I was like her ride home from a party tonight, then she would give me her number. So like I was like her Uber driver. She said, if you'll be my Uber driver tonight, like later tonight, and come pick me up and give me a ride home, then I'll give you my number. And I was like, deal.
Did she want you to go to the party with her? Or
No,
just
no,
drive her?
no.
Oh.
No, just like pick her up. So I think she just wanted a free ride.
That's what it sounds like.
And then all I remember is I got home and then I woke up.
Wow.
Like I never even got to the point where I gave her a ride.
So what do we think this means? Maybe you will do whatever it takes to find the girl of your dreams.
Maybe the girl who I think is the girl of my dreams will actually just fuck me over.
Yeah, could be.
So, well,
Wow.
I don't know what the whole hypothermia ice age thing means.
Maybe you're concerned about the glacier melted,
Oh.
but that's opposite.
And we just went jet skiing and the water was really cold.
It wasn't that cold.
I mean, yeah.
Okay.
All right. Well, anyways, we're going to hop into the segments here. Kyle, who's going to the principal's office this week?
Going to the principal's office today.
Today. Why'd you say it?
I don't know.
All right.
Going to the principal's office today for me are Jules.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's
So if you guys didn't know, Jules are bad for you. Everyone used to think,
Who would have thought?
yeah, who would have thought? Everyone used to be like, nah, dude, it's just water vapor.
Dude, it's just nicotine. That's it. Like,
Yeah.
there's no bad chemicals and shit.
Which that's not good for you, first of all. Being
Yeah.
addicted to something.
Yeah, I think anybody who claims that it's like not bad for you is just trying to justify their addiction.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm just saying, like, I would never want to be addicted to anything.
Even coffee, I'm afraid.
Yeah. Yeah, even though, like, coffee, let's say, for example, isn't directly bad for you, but the fact that you're addicted to it, or maybe not like hardcore addicted, but feel reliant on coffee to have a good day, like, that just doesn't sound, that sounds weird
like
to
if
me.
you're grumpy without your morning coffee.
Yeah, it's like, well, then what's going to happen when you just can't get coffee and you have a big day ahead of you?
Exactly.
You're fucked.
Exactly. Just wake up and be happy.
Yeah.
Just decide to be happy. That's what I do. So Juuls make up 75% of the U.S. vaping market, and there's been a 40% increase in the past year. So more and more people are doing it, and there's more than 20% of teenagers are doing it. 78% increase from 2017. So Juul, I mean, I think that the stigma against Juuls is different than cigarettes. Like, it's disgusting. People who smoke cigarettes, everyone's like, ugh, cigarettes, gross.
Yeah.
But Juuls, I think it's because they don't smell bad.
Well, and because they don't have like rat poison and the other crazy shit that's in
Well, I mean, they have bad stuff in them too. Juuls do, but people don't know that. People, like, there was a point where I don't know if they've exactly released what's in it, but there was a point where they hadn't released what's in it. Like, it wasn't FDA approved or anything. Everyone's doing it.
Yeah.
But they're like, nah, dude, it can't be worse than cigarettes.
Yeah. They just assume that it's like, oh, it must be better because it's not a cigarette.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it said like 5% of middle schoolers are doing it too.
Dude.
That's crazy. So inside of Juuls, there is propylene glycol, toxic to cells.
Okay.
Vegetable glycerin, also toxic to cells. Acetaldehyde, achlorine,
Let me guess.
formaldehyde,
Let me guess. Toxic to cells.
linked to lung disease and cardiovascular disease. Diacetyl. Goddamn. Why are they the longest names ever? Why is that a thing?
I don't know.
Like, why do all chemicals have to be the longest name? Like, God, I'm just trying to read it. Why can't it be called like
Brick.
like flarb or something?
Yeah.
That's something easy to read. Anyway, so like I don't have the article, but I saw something of this guy who had to be taken to the hospital because he got this lung disease from juuling so much, and he's like on life support right now.
And didn't they find fucking like crystal buildup, or not crystals, but like shards of glass or some crazy shit in his lungs?
Probably. Yeah, it's just, I don't know. I get that you're addicted to it, but people need to understand it's really bad for you.
Well, the biggest thing is, like, if you smoked cigarettes, I'm sure that smoking a Juul, or is it smoking a Juul? Hitting a Juul?
Whatever. Juuling?
I'm sure juuling is better than smoking cigarettes.
Yeah, I think.
But
maybe.
But if you don't, like, I feel like 90% of people who Juul didn't even have a nicotine addiction.
No, they just started.
Is it like, I think the original purpose of a Juul was to help get people off cigarettes.
Yeah, and people have used that to get off of it.
Yeah.
But then people also just get addicted to Juuls.
Yeah. Why would anybody willingly buy a Juul to get a nicotine addiction?
I don't know. It's
so much
crazy
money.
how like easily you can get addicted to it. Like I had a friend who had a Juul, and I was with him for like a weekend, and like I hit his Juul like a couple days in a row, and then after he left, I was like sad. I was like, I really wish that I had this Juul right now, and I was like, I am never doing this again.
Yeah. I've never used a Juul or smoked a cigarette because I feel like if I just did it once, I think I would have the personality to try and find a way to justify to myself to do it again, and then I would just get addicted.
Never gonna Juul again. Never gonna smoke a cigarette. That's disgusting.
Yeah.
Just don't do drugs, kids.
Yeah. Don't do drugs.
Except
Other than heroin, I'm a big fan.
Oh, okay.
I think you'll like this one. Airport employee fired after handing a note to a passenger that went through security that says, "You ugly."
That's awesome.
So
I'm just gonna say, if someone handed me a note that says "You ugly," I would laugh. I wouldn't get like offended.
okay, this is just now. But the thing is, originally I was thinking the person going to the principal's office would be the airport worker.
Mm-hmm.
But after reading the article, the person going to the principal's office is the person who ratted out the airport worker. So it says,
is it a white woman?
no, it's a white male.
That was my next guess.
It says, an airport security worker in New York has been fired for handing a passenger a handwritten note that said, "You ugly," with 3 exclamation points. The incident came to light this week after the passenger, Neil Strassner, obtained security video through a public records request and posted it on YouTube.
God.
So this dude went through the trouble of, after getting this note, he did a whole request online.
Because he was so offended that someone said,
mad.
"You ugly."
Just for a laugh.
Yeah.
But yeah, so apparently it says Strassner says he didn't think much of it and he continued towards his gate. Then the woman yelled out to him, "You gonna open the note?" Strassner says that when he did, the woman burst out laughing. He later complained to her supervisors. See,
If
why
someone
you gonna complain?
if someone yelled at me like, "Yo, read that note," and it said "you ugly," I would laugh.
like,
I'd
"Ha, good one,
"Oh,
dude."
so are you," or like, and walk away.
Yeah, like, come on. What a fucking pussy. So
God.
I don't know. I thought that was kind of funny. It just, I mean, should she get fired for that? Probably, like, technically,
I guess.
but like, come on, live a little,
I
people.
know.
Now, this next one is fucking bonkers. So it's a Florida man.
Okay.
But
that's
of course, why are so many people in Florida
I don't
crazy?
know. It's a regular here.
So, vomiting vultures completely take over couple's luxury vacation home.
I feel like I might have heard about this.
Now, you might think that the vultures would be going to the principal's office, but you'd be wrong. Okay? So, it says a New York couple's luxurious vacation house in Florida has been taken over by dozens of black vultures that are vomiting and defecating everywhere.
That sounds like my cats.
Your cat?
Dude, my cat throws up everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
She threw up in my bed, in my mom's bed, on my mom's phone,
On your pillow.
on my pillow.
Dude, maybe you need a feed or something different. Or
No,
like
no. The problem is it's hairballs. She doesn't let us brush her.
Oh.
She's insane. Dude, she threw up in the cat litter though the other day, and I was like kind of proud.
I mean,
It's better.
not good.
It's better than my pillow or the
And
carpet.
I guess it's kind of her own fault because it's like, now
It is.
you have to shit here. So
well,
like,
yeah. No, it's her fault that she throws up because she doesn't let us brush her.
Oh, yeah. Bunch your cat, dude.
I'm going to.
Siobhan Casamano.
What?
That's a crazy name. Siobhan Casamano described the smell as, quote, like 1,000 rotting corpses. The vultures have destroyed screen enclosures and have overtaken the pool and barbecue.
Damn.
The few times the family has visited, they've had to park their car in the garage or the birds will fly down and peck at them with their beaks.
Holy shit. That sounds like some, like,
It's haunted or something.
like crows attacking you or something like that. Like this
Yeah.
movie about the birds that
Yeah.
attack the lady. It's like
Yeah.
that, but vultures are even
And
scarier.
vultures apparently they can bite through bone. Like they can, like they're that strong.
Jeez.
And they're huge. So it says, okay, so the neighbor tells the people, the news or whatever, that it's gotten worse because she lives next door to a person who has been feeding the vultures and other wildlife. In May, she said the vultures tore through her pool enclosure and couldn't figure out how to get out. She says, imagine 20 vultures trapped biting each other, and they can bite through bones.
Oh my.
They would bang. They would
bang. They were banging in this room.
they would bang against the windows, running away from a bird that was attacking them. Oh my God. Blood was everywhere. It was a vile, vicious, traumatic event.
Oh my.
So they'd start attacking each other, but they couldn't get out because they couldn't find the exit. So they just start killing each other.
Wow.
And it was Memorial Day weekend, so no company would come out to help her get rid of these vultures. And this lady has leukemia, so she catches diseases really easily.
Oh,
And so she had to
Bird
stay
flu.
inside, and she couldn't like go out to try and get them out.
that sucks.
Yeah, so basically it turns out they have this one neighbor who just doesn't give a fuck and just feeds them. It says he feeds them bags of dog food and
Ew.
chicken. And he just like cooks chicken.
That's why you don't feed wild animals.
So yeah, he just will feed the vultures and a ton of other wild animals, and they're not supposed to eat that.
That
and
is
so it
a
makes them
very
sick.
lonely man.
And it's like he has to know that this makes them start shitting and vomiting everywhere.
Yeah, it's just unaware.
No, he just like maybe he like wants it. Maybe he's like hates everybody.
Could be. He maybe wants them to move out.
Yeah.
Even though it sounds like they're never really there.
Yeah. So
Fuck that guy.
I would move. I would sell that house and try and get out of there.
Same with if a house was haunted.
Yeah, fuck that,
Nope,
dude.
I'm out.
Kyle, who's your new kid this week?
Popeye sandwiches.
Dude, that was one of mine.
Yeah. They're the new craze right now. I've seen a bunch of videos of just people going insane over these sandwiches. I personally haven't had one. I can imagine they're very good.
Yeah.
I've seen videos of there was a guy who brought his own buns in a bag and said, "Can you use my buns for my Popeye sandwich?"
Did they do that?
I don't know if they did or not. No word on it whether or not they did, but he brought buns. I saw people fighting over them.
I saw a grown man crying because it was so delicious. Like he started crying and he was explaining to his wife that how amazing it was.
Oh my god! I saw a woman screaming at this man because they ran out.
Oh.
So people were going nuts for these sandwiches.
Yeah. And you've recently started to like Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, I went there the other day.
Grow on it.
It's starting to grow on me.
Yeah.
I'm not growing on it.
So now maybe Chick-fil-A, or maybe this is what Popeyes needed to make it into our fast food bracket. Like it didn't have it at the time.
It's just we don't have enough around.
Yeah, we don't have enough experience with it. But from what I've had, it's really good.
Yeah, same.
So maybe this could set Popeyes to the next level.
I think it does.
So, and speaking of, I actually read an article that people have been freaking out so much on social media about this new chicken sandwich. My stomach was just growling.
Barborigum.
Oh, yeah, dude. Good job. You used your new word.
It's the first time we've ever used one of the words we've gotten.
This is crazy. Popeye's chicken sandwich reportedly bagged over $23 million worth of advertising strictly from social media hype.
Damn.
So they got, like, people calculated that they got $23,000 worth of advertising just by people talking about it.
There's been so many memes on Twitter about Popeye sandwiches.
Yeah. And other social media, other fast food chains have been, like, you know how Wendy's always gets involved in shit?
Mm-hmm.
And Chick-fil-A recently? Well, Wendy's has been trying to tweet at them and talk shit, and then the Popeye social media team is just on fire, and they get even more interactions.
Wow. So this summer has been the summer of spiked seltzer and chicken sandwiches.
Yeah, honestly. That's about it. My new kid is the TV mystery man. You heard about this guy?
I haven't.
So
enlighten me.
I don't even know how to describe this guy. Person wearing TV torments Virginia town by leaving TVs on porches. This was like a huge thing in Virginia. So this guy he literally wears an old like box TV from like the 90s.
Probably heavy as shit.
He like cut it open or I don't know how he made it, but it's like a mask. Like it goes over his whole head. Okay. I'll pull up a photo. But basically he does this public prank, I guess. They don't know why. Cops haven't caught this guy.
How do you not catch this guy?
Well, it was in like one night, and he went to like a whole neighborhood and but if
he wears it, how did they know what he looks like? They know what he wears.
No, they don't know what he looks like because he wears a fucking TV on his head.
Oh.
It covers his entire his
he
head.
Can see through it though?
Yeah, you can see through the screen.
Oh, that's kind of sick.
Yeah. Because
how do you not arrest the guy that's just running with a big ass TV?
No, because I think he only did it one night.
Oh, I wonder if he'll strike again.
I know, no, that's what people are talking about. And
wait, but why is that bad if he's leaving TVs on your porch?
No, that's what they said. It's not technically illegal.
That's like, sick. Where's he getting TVs from?
No one knows, dude. He's a mystery.
Oh, that's awesome.
So it says, quote, "It's the weirdest thing. He walks up, squats down, puts the TV there, waves, and then walks off." Because he like a lot of people have these ring security cameras. And so there's videos and photos. Like he knows that he's like trolling people.
Dude.
And I'll look up, I'll show you a photo. TV guy.
He needs to come to my neighborhood. Take a TV. Shit.
No, but they're all old TVs. They're all box TVs. But then that's another question. People are saying, how the fuck did this guy get like 30 box TVs?
Yeah, and how is he? Are they all in his car? How many did he deliver? Because that's a lot to like. You can't just put like.
Look at him. Look at him.
It's awesome.
Isn't that awesome? And there's videos of him like waving. Yeah, I don't know how many houses, but they say a whole neighborhood.
Yeah, I was picturing a bigger TV, like just a giant like dinosaur on him.
No,
It
it's
looks
just
like
like
a computer monitor, honestly.
yeah. Yeah, so I don't know. The cops say that he's not technically doing anything illegal, which like it's cool that it's not illegal, but it's also surprising. How is that not illegal?
I feel like it has to be. You can't just put stuff on people's porches, can you?
I guess you can. Because it's like
Start
he's
dumping
not
shit.
vandalizing anything. He's not technically trespassing because he just walks up then leaves.
But isn't that trespassing?
But
Maybe
I mean,
if you have a
people
sign that
leave
says
like
no.
packages at people's doors.
But that's because that's their job. This guy's just doing it.
What do you think? Why do you think he's doing it? Some
Sup-
people think it's some sort of social commentary, but then other people think he's just being a fucking moron and just doing it for fun.
I would guess more of that. I think it can't be that like deep. It's not like
Some people are like,
he's
"Oh,
commenting on the
we're trapped inside the screens."
Yeah, no, it's probably just he probably has like a vintage collection of old TVs, and like his wife is saying like, "Dude, you need to get rid of these," and he's like,
It's
"All
like,
right."
fine.
Puts this thing on his head and just like mopes out.
And he was smart about it. He wears gloves that cover everything. He wearing high socks so you can't tell his skin
Yeah.
color. He's kind of untraceable.
Good for him.
I kind of want to do a public prank like that. I've always thought it'd be really cool. Like I was a big fan of when the clown thing was around, where people would stand with clowns and
Nope.
balloons. I mean,
Nope.
I'd be freaked out, but I like the idea of things like that go viral.
I never saw a clown. I kind of wish that I did.
Yeah, right? Like,
I wanted to just like, personally, kind of wanted to just like fight one.
oh, see, I don't want to fuck with fighting a clown. I think they have, because some of them are holding knives.
Yeah, but if he doesn't have a weapon and there's like 5 of us.
Like, if I was in a car.
But I guess like I'm not just gonna go walk up and beat up a guy on the street. So
Yeah, yeah.
my voice is cracked.
But I think it'd be fun to start or do something like that. Something that doesn't hurt anybody. It's just for fun, just to make people say, "What the hell is this?" You know?
What do you
Like
do?
maybe we
Don't drag me into this.
maybe we write long like letters and go give them to random doors, like random houses all around Washington.
Just
but the
complimenting
letters,
people.
ooh, just a ton of compliments. The compliment, and then what would they call us? And then they catch us delivering them, and we're wearing like a big heart on our head, so we like spread love.
The
love makers.
We're making love. That's what we do.
Yeah.
We're making people
We
be in
produce
love. Dude, what if we stalked people and learned about different people, and then we say, okay, you would be a good match for this person, and then we give them notes and like set them up, and we just are like puppet masters. We're the love-making puppet masters.
They never know who we are.
They never know. Well,
Yo.
now they know.
Question.
Gave away our idea.
Is it illegal to stalk someone?
Yes, you can't just follow someone.
But why? I know it's weird, but
Actually, I don't
how
know.
is it illegal?
I think if they tell you, like, if they call the cops on you and you're still stalking them, I think they can, like,
Tell you to stop.
maybe, like, search you. Say, like, why are you stalking
But if
this
you're
person?
just like, it's just my passion to just watch this person. If
See,
like
I think
if
that
you
rubs
don't,
people the wrong way. I think that would rub the cops the wrong way, and they'd be like, dude, go home, or you're going to get arrested. Because stalking
But
is
then-
an offense. You can get,
really?
I think.
I just no. I mean, it should be. I just don't know what they could say. Like, what about it is worthy of being arrested? If you're not hurting them, if you're not
like
trespassing, yeah, I guess it's a form of harassment.
because you're kind of scaring them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Could the clowns get arrested for just standing there on the side of the road if they don't have a weapon? They're just
I don't think so.
waving at people.
Yeah, I don't think they could.
I
Now,
guess not.
if it depends, if the clowns kind of take it upon themselves to like start walking fast towards somebody or doing some weird shit like that.
But here's what I wish I had done. If I were a clown, I would just find someone to beat me up in front of a camera. Like, I wouldn't do anything. I'd just be a clown and be like, hi. And then if some kid beats me up, I'd be like, I'm going to sue you now. Because I wasn't doing anything wrong. I'm just standing here.
Yeah.
You just beat me up.
yeah.
You're getting sued.
Then if it's a kid, they probably don't have much money.
Well,
their parents.
An adult. I'd make sure it's adult. I would find a rich male. I'd find a rich person.
Yeah. I've always thought that intentionally doing things to get people to beat you up would be a good way to make a living.
Yeah.
I mean, it'd be a lot of lawsuits you'd have to go through, which
Getting
all
hit
take
by
a lot of
cars.
time.
Diving in front of cars.
Yeah. I mean, you're putting yourself on the line there, but that's kind of the price you pay for greatness. Like, if you want to make a lot of money, there's some sacrifices you have to make in your life.
Might break a leg. Might end up in a wheelchair.
But
at least you'll have money.
Yeah. So
I remember it was a big joke at my school that people said if you get hit by like the transportation like department in Bellingham, like the school bus thing, like your tuition's paid.
Oh.
So people would just be like, pay my tuition. Run in front of. I was never afraid to get hit by a bus there. I'll say that.
Yeah. Well, if you think about it, as a university, that for how many kids go to a big university, paying one kid's tuition to avoid a lawsuit is a smart thing to do.
Yeah. So I'm gonna start diving in front of cars. That's what I'm saying.
Be careful when you're driving. Kyle might just jump in front of you. So, anyways, with all that being said, this has been a really weird episode.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of confessions today, a lot of things that probably didn't need to get out, but now they're out there anyways. So,
yep.
Be on the lookout for the love makers in the next couple months.
Yep.
Yeah. So, anyways, Kyle, where can they follow you?
You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at KyleStafford36. Follow the podcast at Pims Podcast on Instagram and Twitter.
Gang.
We post clips, and they're funny, and you should watch them. And if you say, hey, this looks like something I would be interested in listening to,
you can go listen to the
then
whole
you can
episode.
go listen to it.
And then you can tell your friends, your family. You can put a little sign on your dog, like your dog that you go on walks with. You can put a little thing on his back that says, at Pims Podcast, check it out. So then people are walking and they see that and they go, wow, what is Pims Podcast? I'll go check it out.
Yeah. That might work. Could work, maybe.
I'll
try it with my cat.
Anyways, you can follow me at Hey Narwhal on Twitter and Instagram. You can also leave a review of the podcast on Apple Podcast. If you guys have an iDevice on the Apple Podcast app, search Pims Podcast, go to the bottom, rate us 5 stars, leave a nice review. It means a lot. It helps out way more than you guys think.
Oh, no, don't search Pims Podcast. Search Peak to Middle School.
What am I saying?
I don't know.
Search Peak to Middle School. But yeah, with all that being said, there's new episodes of this podcast every Monday and Thursday. There's a new video on my personal YouTube channel, The Narwhal, once a month that I spend a lot of time on. And that one will be coming out in just probably 2 weeks from now. So it's really exciting. Check it out. What's that face?
I don't know. It's my sexy face.
With all that being said, be sure to drop a like if you guys enjoyed. And we'll see you guys later. Goodbye.